Today, I'm gonna read you Winnie and Wilbur, the Haunted House. It sounds like spooky. I love haunted houses. And something funny, I've never been to a haunted house. Look at the cover. It has a ghost, Winnie, and Wilbur, of course. But Winnie is smiling wide and Wilbur is really frightened. I wonder what's happening in the story. Do you want to read it? Really? Of course we should read it. Let's go. And hello everyone. Today I'm gonna read you Winnie and Wilbur, the Haunted House. It's written by Valerie Thomas and illustrated by Corky Pohl. Look at the cover. It has Winnie smiling wide and a ghost smiling wide too, and Wilbur, the only one who's frightened. I wonder what happens to the story. Maybe it's haunted? Should we read it? Of course we should. Winnie and Wilbur, the Haunted House. It was a lovely, warm, sunny afternoon. Winnie the witch thought she'd have a sleep. Wilbur, Winnie's big black cat, thought he'd have a sleep too. He curled up on a cushion, shut his eyes, and in 3 minutes, a bumblebee flew in through the window. Wilbur liked to chase bumblebees. He jumped up at the bumblebee and missed. He jumped up again, higher, and missed the bumblebee and landed in the big vase of flowers on Winnie's table. Crash! Smash! Splash! Winnie woke up. Oh no, my vase, she said. Did you do that, Wilbur? But she couldn't see Wilbur anywhere. Where are my glasses? Asked Winnie. Who took them? She bent down to look for them. Wilbur shot out from under Winnie's chair. Where could she hide? Behind the curtains. Swish! Crash! Down came the curtains on top of Winnie. Blistering broomsticks! She shouted. Winnie crawled out from under the curtains. Who did that? Is it a ghost? Is my house haunted? Wilbur raced up the stairs. Then he saw the perfect place. Winnie would never look up there. I wonder where it is. Wilbur jumped onto the banister and then sprang onto the chandelier. The chandelier swung from side to side. Wilbur hung on tight. Perhaps the chandelier wasn't a good idea. Wilbur jumped back onto the banister just in time. Crash! It definitely wasn't a good idea. Winnie rushed into the hall. My beautiful chandelier, she cried. My house is haunted. There must be a spell to fix a haunted house. Winnie picked up her big book of spells and quickly turned over the pages. Yes, there it was, a spell for fixing a haunted house. Wasn't it? It was hard to read it without glasses. She shut her eyes, stamped her foot in 3 times, waved her magic wand, and shouted, Abracadabra! Whoosh! There was great gust of wind on everything. Went dark. Owls and bats flew overhead. Skeletons rattled on the staircases. Spiders' webs hung from the ceilings, thick with hairy spiders. Ghosts slithered through the walls. Woo, woo, they cried. Winnie's house really was a haunted house. Boo! Shouted a ghost. Winnie was very surprised. Ah! She jumped back into a sticky spider's web. A big hairy spider tickled her nose. Eek! Ark! Yuck! Achoo! Wilbur came running down the stairs. Meow, meow. Don't be frightened, Wilbur, Winnie said. I must have made a mistake with my spell. She looked at the big book of spells again, and a swooping owl knocked her glasses onto her nose. So that's where they are, she said. Winnie looked carefully at the spell. It said, to make a haunted house. Oh dear, said Winnie. I didn't see to make. Winnie looked at the next spell. It said, to fix a haunted house. Do the haunting house spell backwards. That should work, Winnie said. She opened her eyes wide, waved her foot high in the air 3 times, waved her wand backwards, and shouted, Arbadakarba! Whoosh! All was quiet. Winnie's haunted house was Winnie's house again, but it was a very messy house. There were bits of vase, heaps of curtains, and chunks of chandelier everywhere. Never mind, Winnie said. I'll soon clean it up. She waved her magic wand, shouted, Abracadabra! And the vase, the curtains, and the chandelier was as good as new. That's a very useful spell, Winnie said. Then Winnie sat down in an armchair. She thought she'd finish her sleep. Wilbur climbed onto her lap. He really needed to sleep. We've had an exciting day, haven't we, Wilbur? Winnie said. I don't suppose I'll ever know what was haunting my house. I hope not, Wilbur thought. Purr, 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 he said. Did you enjoy the story? It was spooky and fun. Now we know what happened to Winnie's house. For example, there are some unexplained happenings in Winnie and Wilbur's house. A smashed vase, collapsing curtains, and a shattered chandelier. Who haunted the house? Of course, Wilbur. And for real haunted house, Winnie made the haunted house spell wrong. She didn't saw to make a haunted house and to fix a haunted house. Winnie reaches for her magic wand, but things even get spookier. It's a ghosty Winnie and Wilbur adventure. Okay, my favorite part was Winnie putting her butt straight out when she was finding her glasses, and she was like doing the butt beans. It was so funny. I love that. What was your favorite part of the book? You can tell me on YouTube, or even you can tell me your favorite book of Winnie and Wilbur series. And don't forget, watch the next video of Winnie and Wilbur, the haunted house, or anything else. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Goodbye.